This is the knock sketch on page 248. It uses a piezo speaker to pick up vibration, and in this case, register a knock on the door, for instance. Piezo speakers can be used to generate sound, but they can also be used to detect vibration, and they generate a current when the two plates are vibrating against each other. So here I've used a fire detector, which is an old one that we had, and you can see the piezo speaker under the plastic. It's that silver disc and quite thin. I had to leave it in the casing because the contacts wouldn't solder properly, and you can see pins pushing against the plate, against the piezo speaker itself underneath, and then I've soldered against the back. So the code sets a threshold, and the threshold determines what's registered as a knock. So anything less than the threshold isn't considered a knock. Because this piezo speaker or this setup is a little insensitive, I've had to set it to 40. So when the Arduino reads the value of 40 coming off the analog input pin, it'll register it as a knock. Now the serial over here is waiting. As we can see, the Arduino is waiting for a knock to be registered. Now if I just vibrate a little bit without actually knocking, I just have to move this a little bit to have a harder surface. We can see that there's readings coming in, but they're occasionally, but they're not really registering higher than 40, so a knock hasn't been registered. Now if we want a knock, we have to knock harder. There we go, we got a sensor reading of 66 and a knock was registered. Once the knock has been registered, the LED is displayed or switched on to indicate that there's been a knock on the door.